between two Corner Canyon defenders.
Corner Canyon and Farmington last met on the turf of Rice-Eccles Stadium last November for a wild 6A semifinal.
Flushed out of the pocket, it's going to throw it up. Nielsen goes and gets it. Caught on the deflection. Touchdown Farmington.
What?
Tonight, the rematch. Both teams dealing with adversity. Farmington trying to stay positive after an 0-3 start.
Highlighting the good and the bad. You know, when it's 0-3, the bad stuff stands out dramatically. And you got to point out the things that they are doing good.
Corner Canyon dealing with injuries. Key players out tonight, including star quarterback Isaac Wilson.
Just working extra hard to get open and stuff, you know, and kind of like what I said already, rallying around him, and giving him confidence and letting him know he can do the job just as well.
Corner Canyon versus Farmington. Our Game Night Live Game of the Week. Let's go.
A KSL Sports presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Sponsored by UCCU.
Welcome to Farmington, Utah. A beautiful night for high school football, 73 degrees. The rain is gone. The wind is gone. It's going to be a special night here at Farmington High School as the Farmington Phoenix welcome the number one ranked Corner Canyon Chargers in a rematch of last year's 6A semifinal. Jeremiah Jensen, Stevenson Sylvester here with you for Game Night Live, week 4 of the high school football season. We think we got a good one for you. Don't worry about the records. These two teams know each other well. They're going to really play really hard tonight. It's going to be a great matchup, Farmington and Corner Canyon. A lot of mystery in this game, Sly, because of injuries on the side of Corner Canyon, especially with their quarterback, Isaac Wilson. He had surgery on Monday to remove a bone fragment from his knee. The doctor said, you can play if you want to. You're clear to go.
Yeah.
Will he, though? We don't know.
Yeah, for me, if I was the coach, I'd hold him out. You know, you're 3-0 on the season. You're doing really well, and you're a football team who's built on culture, which means you have great depth, and you got to rely on your players. It's the reason why you have a depth chart is because you have players to come up in this situation, i.e. Utah last night, backup quarterback Bryson Barnes, Nate Johnson comes to answer the bell. You got to have guys you can rely on to make that. You know, Isaac Wilson, we saw him warming up tonight. We still don't know if he's going to play tonight, but if I was the coach, I would hold him out because he's much more valuable the rest of the season than just 1 week.
So Corner Canyon won the toss. They've deferred. Syracuse will receive the opening kickoff. Rylan Dunn would be the starting quarterback or the quarterback if Isaac cannot go tonight or they choose not to play him. Now let's turn to Farmington Phoenix. 0-3 to start this season. Very surprising, although if you look at their schedule, it really isn't.
Yes.
Let's go down to Mariluz Cook, who has more on Farmington's slow start.
Well, Jeremiah, like you said, these teams know each other well, and they certainly saw each other at Rice-Eccles Stadium for the last time when Corner Canyon handed Farmington that semifinal playoff loss. We talked to Farmington about how that's impacting them this season. Let's take a look.
Keep that, you know, in the back of our minds of it's something that they earned. It wasn't like, you know, a random draw that we ended up in the semis. It's something that they fought and made their way to. And it was something that they were in.
Just let them know that it's possible. And if you buy in and you listen to everything that coach is saying, all the coaches, that if you do what they're saying, like, it'll work. It'll work out eventually.
Farmington certainly seeking revenge tonight, hoping to change that 0-3 record. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mary Lou. It's going to be a tough task. We know Corner Canyon, even with some of the injuries they have tonight, that's going to be a lot to ask. It's not just Isaac Wilson. Bo Tate is out of this game. Their star linebacker, who's headed to Baylor. They're not going to have his services tonight. The list is long. Jerome Miles, their star wide receiver, a junior, who off to a great start this year. He's not going to play tonight, and they don't expect him back until later in the season, probably the playoffs. That's just a sample of some of the injuries that Corner Canyon's dealing with right now. And, you know, in the game of football, Sly, especially at the high school level, you lose a few key players, and all of a sudden it neutralizes things quite a bit. This really improves Farmington's chances tonight of making this competitive game.
Yeah, but you got to start early, and you got to start early and often. You know, you can't get comfortable. If things go your way to start, you can't just stop. You know, I think a lot of things are game planned from the jump to be able to take advantage quickly. And if you're able to have success, don't let off the gas. You got to keep it going and stay aggressive.
The opening kickoff is received, and Farmington did not get much on the return. They're going to start around the 12 or 13-yard line. Now, Farmington's led by a very experienced quarterback. Easton White has been the starter here. He had reps when he was a freshman. So he's thrown for a lot of touchdowns, a lot of yards here. Great leader. And He knows how to win.
Yeah, Coach said that he's might be too smart for his own good this week. When we talked to him earlier this week, that he's really understanding the offense. And, this is an NFL pro-style offense. And sometimes when you have a guy that smart, he's got to be able to bring everybody else along because he sees things that the other people don't see and makes it a little difficult. Here they shift to empty.
The Phoenix changed their formation. Now trips to his right. Now White's going to bring another man in motion and pitches the ball to Jake Metcalf. And Metcalf
gonna come back.
Gets a few yards, but we've got our first penalty of the game on the first play of the game.
Yeah, the shifts and motions, man. Those things can throw people for a loop, even yourself.
You're going to see a lot of Jake Metcalf tonight in a chop block.
Ooh. That's crazy. You don't really get that in empty. Because normally a chop block comes when a running back is in there and throwing himself at somebody's leg who's already blocked. But there was no running back because it was empty. So
Jake Metcalf was on the carry. You're going to see a lot of Jake tonight. He's a transfer from Syracuse. That Syracuse-Farmington game in 2 weeks is going to be pretty interesting. Farmington would like to get a win here before they enter a bye week. At least get things rolling again. White, plenty of time to throw. Pass is completed to Travis Hoops, the running back. Hoops got a lot of reps last year.
It's a great decision.
As a sophomore.
Great decision here by White here. Don't feel like you have to win it all on one down. Especially if you get a penalty, you get backed up. Chop wood. This is what we used to call it. Chop wood. Get a little bit by a little bit. I love the empty attack here. Keep them spread out, which keeps them a little weaker. When they're all together, they're a little stronger. But
2nd and 15 from the 10. White escapes the pocket, and he's going to slide down. Gets about a yard or two before he takes that slide.
Oh, man, if he was able to stay in the pocket, he had Jake Metcalf on a shake route that was wide open coming down the seam. But, of course, the pressure got there, and he had to escape, and he didn't get him. But I think that was his number one route right there if he didn't face pressure. But Metcalf came wide open on the shake route.
3rd and long, 3rd and 14 from the 11. White's going to roll to his left and has nothing there. Now he's going down. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. A savvy play there by the veteran not to lose any yards, but the result is a 4th down. So Farmington will have to punt. A 3-and-out.
Yeah, it was, that penalty really took them back. I mean, they didn't get much yards on the run, but the fact that they had to go back 10 yards really put them in a hole. And against a defense like Corner Canyon, against all these guys, top D1 potential players, you don't want to take any steps back. Now, Corner Canyon's going to get the ball with great field position.
High short punt. And that's not going to get any further than the 39-yard line.
Short field.
Excellent field position for the Corner Canyon Chargers. And we're waiting to see who it is. And guess what? Isaac Wilson is going to be the starting quarterback.
Hey, this is the thing, right? We were talking about Cam Rising. Are you ready to go? Cam Rising, of course, will tell you that I was ready to go back in June and hold him out. But he feels good, and Coach Kerr trusts his opinion. So
Wilson with a throw right out of the gate. It's caught by Tate Kerr, their top leading receiver. But a great defensive play by Farmington to bring him down.
Great job here of coming up and playing. His great vision there by Metcalf.
Jake Metcalf playing both ways.
Avoiding the block and making a solid tackle. That's the important thing, is wrap up. A lot of guys break through some arm tackles, but he wrapped his way up all the way through that.
Wilson the pass, wide open. The catch is made at the 30, inside of the 20-yard line. Catch made by number 8, Krishawn Lee.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this Corner Canyon team. There is talent all across the board. They have guys at every position. Even with all the injuries, they still got Cash Dillon. As you just saw, Kashawn Lee right there. They could pass or run the ball to multiple guys.
It's a run on that play. Great tackle made by number 53, Cash Taylor. Braxton Young, the running back. So it's 2nd and 4 from the 18.
Whoa!
Missed on that one.
Oh,
Almost had him.
That's got to be
Take care. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage.
Where the ball is thrown is ineligible person downfield, but it also might be.
Nope, they're going to bring it back. This is a penalty on Corner Canyon.
Yeah, but they only lost like a yard with the penalty. That doesn't make any sense. Because it was a spot foul.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does it loss it down? No. Okay. They moved it back. Well, the sticks seemed. I don't know. I'm lost with the line of scrimmage here. All right, so they did lose 5 yards. Okay. 2nd 11.
Wilson looking to his left, fires. Oh, Take Care can't hold on.
Almost a good catch there.
That's going to bring up 4th down.
Actually, by Farmington.
It's 3rd down, sorry.
Oh.
There's a discrepancy between the scoreboard and the official down marker on the field. It is 3rd down.
Cash Dillon's out there. Watch him in the slot.
Wilson, plenty of time. Now he's going to scramble.
I don't think that's what they wanted.
He's going to go all the way inside the 10 down to the 5. That knee looks pretty good.
Yeah, it did. Surprisingly, I thought he'd slow up a lot sooner than that. I would have took a slide as soon as I passed the first down marker. But Isaac Wilson is a competitor, man. He's tough.
Look, I know it was minor surgery, but to be back out here doing that,
yeah,
wow.
In the same week.
Right at the goal line, just short. Braxton Young just short.
Bring the ball carrier just short of the goal line.
Yeah, I mean, this is what's bad is Farmington's out here substituting and Corner Canyon's not. You only substitute if the offense substitute.
So Brighton Brady on that carry, right to the 1 yard line.
Zero coverage across the board.
Wilson.
Crossing routes. Yeah.
Nice defensive play. Metcalf again.
He's playing good tonight. He's all over the place offensively and defensively. That's 2 great defensive plays right there. This is very hard to defend, ladies and gentlemen, against Cash Dillon. Cash Dillon's about 6'5", 220-pound tight end / receiver. And Metcalf played that really well. Got on the inside and got his hand in the breadbasket very cleanly. Great defensive stop right there. 3rd down.
3rd and goal from the 1. Wilson with trips to his left. Farmington trying to make a stand. Wilson plenty of time. Fires and misses.
Great defense again.
Guess who? Jake Metcalf in coverage on Take Care.
Yeah.
And now it's 4th and 1.
And they're going to go for it here. And if I was Coach Care, I'd run the ball. I would, put an extra guy in there and run the ball right up the middle. I only need a half a yard. And I've just wasted 3 downs not getting anything. So I think they're going to run the ball here right against that big offensive line. Straight to the left side right there.
Loaded backfield.
Yep.
Into the end zone for the touchdown. So on 4th down, the Corner Canyon Chargers strike first. Brighton Brady, who had a couple nice runs on that drive, finishes it off for the touchdown. And the Chargers take a 6-0 lead with the extra point coming.
I was the offensive coordinator in my other day,
I could tell.
I called a couple things.
I keep telling you got to go into coaching.
No, man, I can't do it.
We like you in the booth, though.
I love the booth. This is great.
It's nice and cozy up here, isn't it?
I got no bias up here in the booth.
Nobody criticizing your coaching decisions. I'm good. 7-0 Corner Canyon with the lead. Another look at that touchdown by Brady.
Yeah, man, you got a good offensive line. You only have a half yard to go. That's kind of the Super Bowl scenario with the Seahawks and Patriots right there. Just give the ball to Marshawn Lynch instead of throwing the ball. Too many things that could possibly go wrong. But just punch it in the end zone. And that's what Coach Kerr decided to do on 4th down. Great decision. And now they're up 7-0.
They did that in less than 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, less than 5 minutes.
Less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say, because Farmington had a whole series.
Yes, Farmington had the first possession.
Yeah, and so, they started in great field position as well.
Yes, they did. The 39-yard line is pretty good.
And there was actually some really good defensive stops, especially by Jake Metcalf on that drive there by Farmington, forcing 2 4th downs. So Corner Canyon needed 2 4th down conversions to score on that drive. So that was pretty good for Farmington. But Jake Metcalf is going to need some pickle juice, some slide juice tonight, because he's definitely going to be working it.
Preston Rasmussen with the touchback. Kicks it into the end zone. No return. So the Farmington Phoenix will start this next drive at their own 20-yard line.
Let's see what they can do. See if they can get a little bit more commotion. But what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to become uncovered quicker, because Corner Canyon's pressure is not going to allow Easton White to stand in the pocket and find that third window, right? So the things that they're going to have to do, they're going to have to uncover quicker if they're receivers. They're going to have to show themselves, or Easton White's going to have to throw people open, which means he's going to have to throw it earlier than he sees it.
White's going to hand it off.
Oh, counter.
That's not going anywhere.
Great job by Corner Canyon's defense right there. And so what you do in those, they like to fake you. So if you're following the quarterback, you're wrong, because he's going to fake you out in different ways. But if you follow the pullers will always lead you to the play, and that's exactly what Corner Canyon did right there, and they stopped that for no gain.
So 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Three by one set here.
Going deep, taking a shot.
That's PI right there.
It was intercepted. They're going to give the interception.
Oh, wow.
To Corner Canyon. They're talking it over right now. Let's see if they call it incomplete or not.
This is pass interference in my eye, but if the ref didn't see it, yeah, because
okay, so there was a flag on another part of the field in the backfield there.
Okay, I didn't see that.
So scratch everything. We'll let the officials give us sort this out for us.
Yeah.
So Farmington will retain possession. That's the most important thing. That'll move the ball up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's very fortunate for Farmington right there. That's a big play. I know they wanted to take a shot, which is worth it. I would have definitely done it. He was in position. The quarterback needs to throw that ball more on the outside. That's where the receiver was expecting that. And it'll give his guy a chance to fight for it.
Quick pitch. He's going nowhere. What a tackle. My goodness.
Wow. That's quickness off the edge. The blocker couldn't even get there how quick he got up there.
Hoops was taken down quickly.
I mean, they're in truck
Number
formation.
30 was the linebacker, Seth Carlson.
Yeah.
Actually, defensive back making this tackle. Look, he comes from a corner position.
Yeah, I mean, it's the short side of the field. You're running an outside play to the short side of the field. You know how I feel about that.
Yes.
They did it last night. Utah did it last night. Ran that speed option to the boundary. You should have seen me flipping out.
Did you give Andy Ludwig an earful?
Oh, man. If he was on the sidelines, I would have. I'm like, what are you doing?
White completes a pass over the middle.
Nice.
All the way to the marker at the 45-yard line, and that's
Coach's son, Dominic Coates. With the catch
Dominic Coates with the catch.
Great job. RPO game. This is what they're going to have to do. You know, we said it about getting the ball out quick and uncovering quick. RPO game is about quickness, and that's exactly what happened there. It was a quick slant off of the run play. You know, even they were saying it, was it last night? I forget what game I was watching. Whether you have like a lot of rushing yards or not, you have to be able to have the defense believe that you're willing to run the ball. That keeps them uptight, and that RPO game comes wide open.
White with a hand off to Hoops. I think it's about a yard before he's taken down. Number 8 on the tackle. That's Rylan Quintana.
So out there, they're going no huddle here. See what Corner Canyon lines up with and goes. Coach Coates here, you know, we talked about it, how difficult it is to be the offensive coordinator, calling the plays and being the head coach. We're seeing it more and more over the landscape of football, from high school to college to the pros. It's very different, but people are adapting to it extremely well. Ooh.
Incomplete pass.
It's on different pages there. It was expecting RPO there real quick, and the receiver didn't do that. They had different play calls in their heads. We're now 3rd and long here. Definite passing situation here at their own 47-yard line. This is more screen. For me, I would do a screen here. But this does not look like a screen formation.
White's going to roll to his right. Dillon trying to get him, did not get there. Over the top. That's a flag. They're going to call pass interference on that play, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Coates, physical contact was made well before the ball got there. Coates couldn't get back to it.
That was less than the other play that wasn't called.
Right.
But he didn't get his head around. He put his hand on his chest. I would call that pass interference as well. But first down, automatic first down for Farmington. They keep moving down the field. In a game like this, field position is going to be great. You know, it's actually been a very good back and forth. That touchdown from Corner Canyon was earned. As we said, they had to convert 2 4th downs. It wasn't easy for them to get that touchdown. And Farmington is moving down the field. Yes, penalties are helping them, but they're also doing things to help themselves with the RPO game here. So let's see how Coach Coates attacks them now that they're on their side of the 50.
1st and 10 from the 37 of Corner Canyon. The Phoenix are in business. White with a full backfield. Handoff to Lucas Peterson.
Good gain there.
Tana's going to make the tackle.
Keep those legs turning.
That's a nice pickup on first down.
About 4 yards right there. It's a good check with me. Substituting here. Now going more 4 wides here. 1 running back, 4 wides. We got trips left. Watch the stick routes. Short routes right over the middle.
White.
I'll throw the out route.
He's in trouble, but he escapes.
Oh, go deep, go deep. Oh.
He's just going to run it now. Doesn't get to the first down marker, but does pick up some positive yardage.
Good. I think he's close to the first down. He's going to make it 3rd and manageable. Good decision right there. Scrambling. I know you're not going to see that late, but he had a guy coming that adjusted his route. He could have threw it to the pylon, the front pylon right there, and could have probably had a touchdown if he would have lofted it because there was no back defender. But, oh, no, he went out early. So it's 3rd down and 6 here. Let's see what they do. 4 strong. ISO on the backside. Going zone.
Hoops in motion. White.
Screen.
It is a screen to Hoops. Can he get there? No, he cannot. Great job by the Corner Canyon defense.
That's so hard.
They are quick. They get to the ball quickly.
Yes. But when he catches this ball here, watch how he has to turn around and see. As soon as he catches that ball, he needs to be upfield. He went sideways a lot. Look at this here. He goes sideways for about 6 yards sideways instead of up the field. It was wide open. He wouldn't have got the first down, but he would have got closer than this and making it the 4th down a lot closer than 4th and 5.
Jaden Taluega with the tackle. So that forces 4th down and 5. The Farmington Phoenix will go for it. White. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Ooh, it's
great
incomplete
right
pass. And Farmington turns the ball over on downs.
Great defense right there. I would have went for it too. I mean, if you punted it, you're only going to get...
That's a collision, man.
Yeah, it is. You're only going to get about 20 yards there. But if you convert it, who knows, you know? Make your great senior quarterback make a play there. Just didn't come out on the right side of it on that time. But Just having your coach or you're having your quarterback know that your coach believes in you to go for it on 4th down. But this is a very important possession here for Farmington. If Farmington wants to make a stance, they're going to have to do something here for their momentum.
Not many teams survive going down 2 touchdowns to Corner Canyon. Wilson in the pocket, untouched, wide open is Take Care, and he steps out of bounds. He had room to run.
Oh, yeah.
And he's shaking his head right now because he sees it now. But
yes.
His momentum carried him out of bounds. It's still a 1st down.
But look at this pocket present by Isaac Wilson. Just sits in there, delivers a great ball. Got to turn up and go.
That's a quarterback with a lot of confidence in his offensive line.
Yes.
Another Brighton Brady tackle. Or Brighton Brady run. Tackled by Cash Taylor. Under 3 minutes to play here, 1st quarter. And Corner Canyon again marching. They are past midfield into Farmington territory. 7-0 Corner Canyon. Wilson in the pocket. Fires and hits to Take Care again. He's quickly tackled inside the 40 down to the 39.
Nice.
Brady on the loose. Down the field. Inside the 20.
This is
as Corner Canyon continues to march.
Picture perfect blocking here on the counter right here. That guard come around, pull around, just knocking guys. Just pancakes all across the board on that play right there. Boom, boom. That is great blocking. That's what a running back wants to see when they run through a hole right there. Great job by that Corner Canyon offensive line.
1st and 10 from the 16. Corner Canyon in the red zone. Wilson looking to his right, fires at the end zone. Wide open, caught, touchdown, Corner Canyon, Take Care.
Wilson to Care for the touchdown.
Great play call right there.
That is touchdown number 5 on the season for Take Care. He's now well over 500 yards receiving on the season. It's game 4. And game 4 is not over, by the way. Game 4 is just getting started. So what a season Take Care is having already. Add another touchdown to his count. He's over 30 receptions on the season. And Corner Canyon's 1 point away from a 14-0 lead here. 1 extra point away. Kick is up and good. So 14-0 Corner Canyon leads Farmington. Here's another look at the touchdown.
Yeah, this is a well-oiled machine. There was no faking here. There's no looking off the safety. It was just patience and timing here, right? I saw that corner out from jump. As soon as he saw that corner come out, so the number 1 receiver sits down and makes that corner stay tight, that corner route's coming open every single time. Because number 21 has to defend the post route, which is an easier throw for the quarterback, or he has to deliver the corner. Very, very tough position for any defensive player right there. But Isaac Wilson knew exactly what he saw. They didn't have enough defenders over there. Delivered the ball perfectly.
And for some quarterbacks, that could be a challenge to throw that ball with touch, because if you launch that ball too much, it sails over the guy's head and out of bounds.
Right.
That's not as easy a throw as you think.
But Isaac Wilson, good pedigree, right? He's been throwing that route for a while, so that's just continuity and chemistry. And, you know, Isaac Wilson hasn't played a lot this week, right? And that just shows his
did not practice
right
this week.
Right?
At least not that we know of.
And you need to. You need to have that chemistry. You got to have that routine throughout the week. But Isaac Wilson's just a really, really good talent. The Utah Utes got a good quarterback coming.
Rasmussen kick into the end zone.
So another Rasmussen kick into the end zone. Farmington will start this drive at their own 20-yard line. Sly, we talked to Coach Coates about this team. They're still a confident bunch. They know they have talent. Their schedule's been brutal. Pleasant Grove was their first game. Pleasant Grove is outstanding this season. Pleasant Grove is probably the biggest surprise in the state. They look to be a team that could get to Rice Eccles Stadium potentially. Bountiful was a rivalry game that Bountiful got the best of them, and then last week, not many teams are going to have success at Skyridge, and Farmington did not. And now they're playing Corner Canyon. It just doesn't get any easier. That tackle made quickly. Farmington will have a bye week after this. Then they got to play Syracuse right out of the gate in region play. And, of course, we know how good Syracuse is. So this schedule has just been brutal for Farmington. Once they get through the stretch, they'll get to the back half of that schedule, build some confidence. I think they'll be a factor in the playoffs because this team has talent. Easton White is a very experienced quarterback. The Coates brothers are great. Metcalf, as we've seen tonight, phenomenal. It's just been a really tough schedule. And they've got a lot of young guys that are trying to learn new positions.
Yeah, it's tough, and especially when you don't. Oh, that's a false start. Especially when you don't know what your team is just yet.
Yep.
You know, you're coming off a great year last year where you make it all the way to semifinals, make it very competitive against Corner Canyon, and you just expect you got some of those guys coming back, so you're like, okay, we're not going to be far off. Game planning this, we should be in the hunt. You know, this early in the season. And you're down 0-3 right now to start the season, and that's just rough because now you have to deal with momentum and mindsets, right? Because everybody's paying attention to the 0-3 instead of the positives.
White, 2nd and 15, is going to scramble and get about a yard past where they snapped it. So make it about 3rd and 14 coming up. Yeah, these seasons are a process for a lot of teams. Not everybody has it figured out right out of the gate.
But it's good. We got a good RPI system now, you know, to give everybody a chance.
That's where Farmington will benefit because of the schedule. There's been no cupcakes, none, and their RPI will benefit from that. Metcalf in motion.
He's a talent now.
We got another problem here. That's the end of the first quarter. Not a problem at all. We've just run out of time here. The first 12 minutes is done. Corner Canyon leads Farmington 14-0. Let's go down to Mariluz Cook, who's down in the end zone. Mariluz.
Yeah, thank you, Jeremiah. Tonight, students all over the state of Utah are honoring the memory of 16-year-old Paxton Newell, who played lacrosse and recently lost his valiant battle with brain cancer. And the rising junior received his diagnosis a few months ago and showed incredible strength throughout the battle. He's remembered as someone who was friends with everyone and for his infectious smile. Not only here in Farmington, but across the state, our community has rallied around Paxton through social media posts, prayers, donations, and tonight by wearing his favorite color, green. If you feel led to help support his family, a GoFundMe has been launched and can be found by searching Help Heal Paxton. At this time, over $45,000 have been raised.
Mariluz, thank you. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Paxton's family.
Yes.
It's heartbreaking. I've got a green shirt on here tonight underneath my black shirt. Paying respect and just heartbroken for their family and all his friends and the Corner Canyon community there that knew him and loved him. That's a big loss.
Yeah, I knew a family that was going through that a few years ago, the Dunn family. That is tough, man, to hear the struggles and the difficulties and what hospitals will be able to accommodate. You know, those type of things are extremely tough to work with.
White scrambles, completes the pass. Nice play by White to get it off.
Oh!
Nice broken tackle.
They hit each other.
Woo!
The Corner Canyon defenders hit each other and knocked themselves off of the tackle here. Look at this. Good scramble here by Easton White. Just get something out of it. You wrap him up, but your own guy.
Ooh, friendly fire.
Yeah. It's a better angle here. Look at this. Yeah, you knock your own guy off. Bam!
Not enough for the first down, though.
That's why you got to keep your head up.
Yes, you do. Always.
See what you're hitting.
Farmington will punt. Got back up to the 20-yard line. This is a much better punt. High. On the other side of the 50, it's great. It's a live ball.
Great cover.
Farmington was there to make sure he didn't get loose.
Great cover there. Great kick.
Drew Watcott took the punt, and he was ready to go. No fair catch.
No.
And Farmington did a great job making sure that he didn't get loose because he's got the speed to make something happen.
Great punt, first of all. You got to get it high enough where you don't outkick your coverage, right? You know, so it's not too deep, but high enough that it makes that punt returner have to fair catch it. He just didn't there. But great cover by Farmington right there and make a good exchange of field.
Farmington with the personnel issue, but they get the guy in. Wilson. Oh, the blitz comes late and gets Wilson. Pow! What a play by number 26. That is Lucas Peterson, who had a nice run earlier. Peterson came out of nowhere and takes Wilson down for the sack.
Great job right there. Ooh. I love the delayed blitz. It's almost a green dog where he wasn't really blitzing. I had two of these sacks in the Sugar Bowl where I wasn't blitzing, but my coverage was there, and I just saw an opening. And that's what he did there. He shot it, and Isaac Wilson was not looking for it. Oh, screen.
Care on the screen. He's got a lot of room to run and blockers in front of him. They finally catch up to him, but not before he's past midfield with a first down. Take care. Just keeps adding to the stats.
This is how you execute it there. You take advantage of an aggressive D-line. You get them all the way up the field, and you throw the ball right behind them. That was a great play call because you caught Farmington in a blitz. Farmington got excited about the sack, and they decided to blitz the play after. And they had everybody in the line, and Kerr snuck right behind him.
Wilson, catch is made. Short of the first down marker, but still a nice gain of about 6.
Pass complete to Irons, brought down by Bird.
Second down and 3. Wilson's going to hand it off. Young.
Oh, wow.
A lot of room to run. Down the sideline, into the end zone. Touchdown, Brighton Brady.
Look at this receiver blocking. You don't see receivers block, not even for this long, but this well. Kept the guy in front of him, pushed him so hard you didn't even have to have a hold because he was able to push him back at least 20 yards. You don't see receivers do good at blocking like this, and he did a great job that he came wide open on that. Great execution. That's what we've seen on this, from the screenplay to this run play. Very, very, very good execution by this Corner Canyon offense.
The extra point is up and good, and the Corner Canyon Chargers have taken a 21-0 lead over Farmington. Here's another look at the touchdown run.
We'll see on the other angle here, but watch the upfront blocking to get him to the second level, and then once he gets to the second and third level, the receiver finishes it off. Yeah, we got to get a stat line after this when they watch film tomorrow, how many pancakes they have.
Right there, look at that.
This is great receiver blocking.
Okay, that was number 5, Braden Iyer.
Yeah, because he cuts the angle of the safety off. And so that just made it extremely easy to move around that and have Brady just go out to the sideline there and run right for the touchdown. That was really easy.
So Braden Iyer's going to love film room this week.
Yeah.
He's going to get a lot of love from the coaches because they're going to see that just like you did.
Yes.
That play happens because of that block he made downfield.
Well, he made the block, but he made it so deep that it cut the angle for the safety off. So the cornerback has to have the outside to force the running back inside so the safety has the alley. But he got blocked so bad that he cut the safety off. That is great job by the receiver. You don't normally see that.
That's a short kick. This is a returnable kick. Farmington's got a shot here. Past the 30. Nice return. That was Hoops on the return. So Farmington will have their best field position to start a drive of the evening. A little bit of a wind blowing now, and that played a role in that ball not going into the end zone. You can see the flag right now. The wind is coming from the south.
Yeah.
That could be a little bit of a factor here moving forward in this game. So Farmington now playing with the wind instead of against it here in the second quarter. Beautiful night for football.
Oh, yeah.
So long to those 99-degree temperatures. It is perfect tonight.
It's good and bad about that, right?
Yeah, I think so. You're right. We'll have snow at one of these games before long. White kicks it outside. Catch is made by Hoops, and he's tackled quickly.
Great job of getting upfield. You know, no dancing around. Get what you can get on that. When you get a quick Corner Canyon defense like that, you want to get right upfield, and that's exactly what he does there. Gets 3 yards out of that when that could have been a TFL if he bounced around. So great job there by Hoops.
Talawega with the tackle.
Good shift. So he got trucked to the boundary here. This is when that corner came up and made the play on the last time.
White, hands off. Hoops tackled quickly.
Yeah, if you get that truck formation, it's almost like a 96% chance that they're running the ball that way, especially to the short side of the field. So me, I was the type of player, I just blitzed. I wasn't in the blitz. That wasn't my deal.
Yeah.
But 95% of the time, I was right.
And when you in the other 5%, the coach has told you, right?
Oh yeah. Or either that or I disrupted the play enough to, mess some things up. But
White on play action. Nice play. Catch is made. Nice gain past midfield. Oh, Peterson's having himself a great game. That's Lucas Peterson with another nice play. He's had some nice plays on offense and defense.
Great job right here. Great pass. He didn't have to slow down. This is the guy who got the sack on the last drive on Isaac Wilson. But great job of catching him in stride so he can turn up and get that first down.
White is going to throw it over the middle.
Oh,
the ball is dropped. That was intended for Coates. Dante Coates could not hold on to it.
Oh, that was going to be a big gain right there. Great RPO right here. If it hits your hands, you got to catch it. That's it. That's it.
He knows it.
Even if it's tipped, he's going to hear an earful of it. I did it today. It's like, you remember that play in the second quarter? Yeah, we all do.
Dad, I know. Stop. Don't remind me. Second and 10 from the 47. White. Catch is made over the middle. Another flag on the play. That catch was made by Charlie DeAnda.
I wonder what that could be. I don't know, because I don't think it was holding. Because everybody was right in front of him. In front of their guy. But
holding on the offense. That's a setback. They finally get a little rhythm going here offensively, and then boom, the penalty bug.
Yeah. That's what happened to him on the first drive, too. They got a penalty that really set them back and killed their drive.
I mean, they were up against it already tonight. You can't shoot yourselves in the foot with penalties, especially in a moment like that when you got the things moving. They'll try to bounce back here. It's 2nd and 20 now from their own 42. White, the veteran, looking to make a play over the middle. That's caught. Nice move made. It's DeAnda again. Nice. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
That was
they'll take that.
Very good play right there. Got back to the original line of scrimmage here. But good job, good patience here by White, letting his guy uncover, hitting him right in the middle. Great move here, except he just went laterally. So he didn't get many extra yards here. But good job getting back to the original line of scrimmage.
All right, 3rd and about 11 from the 49. Probably 2-down territory for Farmington. White, catch is made. He's at the 40. It's not enough for a first, but this is going to be.
Do you go for it?
Why not? Why not?
I mean,
what do they have to lose?
21-0.
You're 0-3 playing Corner Canyon.
If we were on Madden right now, you'd be off the sticks. So go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Coates with the catch. They will go for it.
Coates got to keep his feet on that. There was no reason for him to go down. Catch it and keep running.
It's going to be 4th and 3. At the 41-yard line, they got to get to the 38.
Yeah, if he caught his feet, he would have got a first down there. Now it's 4th and 3.
All right.
He's got to keep his feet up.
Let's see what White and company can do.
Empty
backfield for White. Motion, takes a snap. It's a quick toss. Oh, he ran right into a wall, and he's not going to get there. The Corner Canyon defense up to the challenge. A group of tacklers take him down, and Farmington turns the ball over on downs.
So I do and I don't like that.
Okay.
I do like that because you spread the defense out and you went to the wide side of the field. So he has the option of keep going wide or cut it up when he sees anything. The reason why I don't like that is because Corner Canyon's defense is fast.
Yeah.
Right? And so in order for to do that, you got to expect your team to be faster than the opposing team because you're going to need extreme athletes to do that. And that's why I don't like that. Plus, Easton White's been making great decisions on that drive. Put the ball in his hands and have him deliver it to one of your players. Get the ball in Jack Metcalf's hands.
So another opportunity for the Utah commit, Isaac Wilson.
Look at that patience on the screen.
Nice pass, Ire with the catch.
Look at Isaac Wilson's patience, right? This is great quarterback play right here. This is experience. Him and Zach must have spent plenty of time, working on things like this. But his patience in setting up the screen made everything possible there. Kept the eyes downfield, kept the linebackers and safeties at bay, and then the blockers got right into place.
Wilson throws.
Oh,
that was almost intercepted. Wilson would like to have that one back. A nice play by number 23.
I got to see the replay if that was
Isaiah Medeiros.
Inverted, but that's what I was telling Coach Coates earlier this week about the safeties coming down. He had all eyes and all vision on that. He's just going to pick that. That's a pick six.
That could have gone the other way. That would have been huge.
6 points.
But the Farmington back in this.
Yeah, the safety's coming down. They have all the angle. They have all the vision to see all of that. RPO game, you stop all of that on that. And that's exactly what that was. Great job right there, but you got to take that home.
Wilson gets a second chance. Let's see what he does with it here.
Oh, make it.
Intercepted that time. He's got room to run.
Cut it back.
He's got the sideline. Yet out of bounds. Boy, Farmington needed that.
Oh, yeah. Got the crowd back in it. Got their team back in it. Got some roving safety right there that's hanging out in the middle, reading the quarterback's eyes. Great job right here. That's a linebacker. Great job of sitting in the hole right there and making that play. Why are they saying overrated? You're down 21-0.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the appropriate call there, guys. Bruce Reinbold with the pick, number 33.
Maybe they're talking about Isaac Wilson himself.
Still incorrect, guys.
Yes.
I don't think anyone's overrated here. But great play there by Reinbold. And now Farmington's got a chance. White scrambles forward and gets past the 35-yard line.
Great job right there of getting what you can get out of that. Not forcing it. So many people would have just took that chunk. I like Coach being aggressive there. As like, look, we just had a big play. Let's go for it. But Easton White even more so of making a great decision of not forcing it. Picking up 5 yards on first down. That's success right there. Great job. But the clock is running here in this first half.
4:30 and counting and running. Under 4:30, 2nd and 5. White with the full backfield. They're going to hand it off. Ooh, not much there. Nice tackle made. Corner Canyon's defense, as you mentioned earlier, a lot of speed.
Yes.
They may not have the size that they're used to having in the past, but they definitely make up for it with speed.
Great job of holding the edge right there. Holding the edge, eating up blockers, allowing your free hitters to come free and knock the ball. They got 0 yards on that play right there, making it 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5.
White with 4 receivers to his right. Now back in the backfield. White's going to throw screen. Ooh, that is almost intercepted. White tries to catch his own pass. And it's incomplete. Great play, though, by Roman Kaywood. Kaywood's had a couple nice plays here tonight.
Yeah, that was great job by the defense right there. It's hard for the offensive lineman because you want him to go upfield. You don't know exactly where the quarterback is at. You want him to go upfield so the screen can come underneath. But he retreated instead of bubbling the defender out. And that made him have a straight beeline at the quarterback. All the defender has to do is put his hands up, which he did there, and knock the ball down.
3:33 left, first half. White's going to throw. He's got an open man. It's caught. Coates Inside the 25-yard line, first down, Farmington.
Great
Dante
job.
Coates.
Great catch there. Catch the ball. Get what you can get. Cover the ball here. Great job. 2 hands on the football. Make sure this comes open. Great route, first of all. Great stick route there. Just 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. Turn around. Great delivery there by Easton White.
Farmington driving. Down to the 24. 3 minutes left, first half. White. Play action. Throws it to no one.
Oh.
A little miscommunication there. But there is a flag on the play. There is a flag in the Corner Canyon secondary.
So it is in the area of, offensive pass interference. They could have did a rub route right there.
So this will be an interesting call.
It might be defensive holding is what I think I just saw. On the defense.
On the defense.
Oh. I was wrong, dang it.
15-yard penalty, and that will put Farmington in the red zone with a new set of downs. 1st and 10. They will mark it at the 12.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
An opportunity for Farmington to get back in this. Down 21 at home. White takes a shot in the end zone. Incomplete.
If he had an extra second, just hold it. That corner of the pylon was coming wide open. Throw it open. Literally just lofted. See, the corner of the end zone was coming open. Yeah, that was just too hard. Everybody was crowded here. Throw it in the back corner right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Metcalf clapping his hands. He knew. He's upset because he's exactly what you're saying, Sly. He was going to come open there.
Yeah, that Easton White has to see that. It was so clustered in the middle. That's where all the defensive eyes was. That back corner, which is what that route was designed to do, was going to come wide open.
2nd and 10 from the 12. White takes another shot into the end zone. Intercepted at the goal line. What a night for Jaden Taluega, the junior linebacker. And a missed opportunity for the Farmington Phoenix.
Again, got to take what the defense is giving you. They had a flat route. It's only 2nd down and 10. The flat route was open for at least 6 yards. Take
he had his eyes fixed right on that
his
spot
eyes
the whole
were
way.
fixed. The safety's seeing what you're seeing. If you're looking at that, you guaranteed the safety's looking at that too. That's a missed opportunity off of a great defensive play by your defense, putting you in position.
So Farmington had a chance to get back in this, get on the board, and now it's taken away. Now Wilson's taking a shot deep. What a catch over the shoulder. What a throw. And that is why Isaac Wilson is a 4-star. That throw was right on the money, Sly, over the shoulder, on the sideline. That's exactly how you do it.
Look at that ball. There was a lot of great things that happened. Look at the receiver. Watch the receiver
That's
here.
Boston Snow with the catch.
As he bodies the cornerback. He bodies the cornerback so the cornerback doesn't have an opportunity to put his hand in the breadbasket, right? He doesn't put his hands out so he doesn't know the ball's coming. But the receiver did a great job of body positioning, letting the ball really come on the outside shoulder so the defender absolutely had no chance. Great throw, great receiver route, great catch. Great execution by Corner Canyon right there.
We have an injury on the field. We'll take a short break. Corner Canyon up 21-0 and driving when we come back.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to
avoid your AC breaking down this summer, the best thing you can do is stay on top of your AC's annual maintenance. But if you do find yourself with an air conditioner blowing hot air, Any Hour Services technicians service all brands, and they can usually get to you pretty quick. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. Whether you need maintenance, repair, or replacement, the technicians at Any Hour Services can help you keep your home comfortable all summer long. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back to Farmington, Game Night Live. Let's hope that Oakley Jensen is okay, number 83. They helped him back to the sideline, back to the action. Yo, he's loose again. What a night for Brighton Brady. Down to the 20-yard line. And now Dante Coates is injured on that play. The injury is starting to stack up for Farmington.
Yeah, it's not good.
Let's hope this isn't serious.
You got to give a lot of credit to this Corner Canyon offensive line. They are doing a terrific job, one, of even protecting Isaac Wilson when he's in the pocket. But two, their run blocking is really efficient. They are getting past the defensive line up to the second level, creating great lanes for Brighton Brady. Brighton Brady's just eating. He's not even touched.
Mm-hmm.
And he's making it all the way to the end zone on the other drive. And then now that big 20-yard gain right there.
Dante Coates, the injured player. 2:23 to go here in the first half. We'll take another timeout while we wait. Hold on, they're getting him up. Let me see. He's taking his time. We'll keep it here. We just took a break. They're bringing Coates back off the field. And this is great news. He doesn't have to be helped off. He's walking off on his own power. Let's hope Dante's okay and not out for long. So Corner Canyon in business again. They're at the 20-yard line into the red zone. Wilson had surgery on his knee on Monday, and he's back tonight. And other than that last series, he's looked phenomenal. That last pass was big time.
Yes. Yes, it was beautiful, beautiful spiral. Made it happen.
Wilson takes a shot down the middle.
Wide
Caught,
open.
touchdown, Corner Canyon. Guess who? Take care.
This guy's winning all state honors in this one game.
Well, this is not new. They did this last year,
yes.
And both in the same class. They're both seniors now. Take care. Never the biggest kid on the field, but the fastest for sure. And racking up some big numbers here tonight. 27-0. PAT pending. There's the attempt. It's up. And it is good. So Corner Canyon takes a 28-0 lead with 2:01 left to play. First half. Here's another look at the touchdown.
Yeah, as I said, offensive line, right?
Yeah.
We talk about it when we're talking about draft previews. And
look at this slide.
The QB pocket, right?
There's nobody even close to Wilson.
Talk about 7-on-7.
Yeah, that's exactly what that looked like.
In this football game. But when you got an injury to a quarterback and a quarterback's coming back, you got to say, I got an offensive line where I don't even get touched. You know, fortunately, Isaac Wilson's only had to run once in this first half, but he's able to sit in that pocket and deliver the football time and time again. From that big throw to start the drive to that touchdown throw right there, he just is extremely comfortable in that pocket. And defensively, it's kind of hard. It's just like, do we blitz him? What do we do? You know, if we blitz him, then we're down a defender, and he's able to make the throw easier. But if we don't blitz him, he's going to sit up there all day, and we can't cover all day. So it's very tough. Very, very, very tough to make decisions on the defensive side of the ball when you're facing a guy like Isaac Wilson. But kudos to that offensive line. Run blocking, pass blocking.
Except for that one sack. They've kept him clean tonight. Short kick, that's trouble. He's got it on the bounce. Now he's got something. He gets to the sideline, but he's quickly wrapped up. That Corner Canyon speed catches up to him, but still, that's a good return. That kickoff into the wind right now, you can tell that wind is enough to keep that ball in play and not into the end zone.
Good job at Corner Canyon because they get the ball in the second half as well.
Yeah.
And so getting a score there, now it's 28-0. Yeah, they're definitely handling the task tonight.
Yeah, Wilson is the story tonight. We thought he may sit this one out after having a minor procedure in his knee on Monday, but that is not the case. He's been out here tonight, and he's looked just as good tonight as he has all year. I imagine he probably feels better, Sly, without that bone fragment floating around in his knee.
Yeah, it is not comfortable at all. A lot of people play with it. But if you have the ability to get it out, it'll definitely present some relief for you. It might have been just a marketing ploy, Get everybody talking about it, right? Come out and throw 2 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, it definitely provided some drama. We're coming up under 90 seconds left to go. White's going to take a deep shot. And that is intercepted.
So this is where you go for the jugular, so you can have a running clock in the second half.
Tanner Adamson, by the way, with the interception. Tanner Adamson makes a great play here and great coverage.
We said this about a throw that was earlier. It wasn't intercepted. But Easton White has to throw this ball on the outside.
Yes.
This is too far inside.
Yep.
This route is designed to be on the outside shoulder. With high school, the hash marks being wider, that's an even further throw than college and in the pros. But his aim needs to be on the outside shoulder of the receiver. Wow.
Look out. Here he goes again. He's on the loose. Down the sideline. Inside the 20. 10. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Brighton Brady. 65 yards.
So, after you get a sudden change like that, offensively, you want to take a bomb throw. But, if you want to do a bomb run.
that works just the same, right?
This offensive line, again, when we show the replay, you got to give some appreciation to how they're blocking these guys up. Every man is blocked up. Brighton Brady is not getting touched. I'd love to just be able to run 70 yards untouched for a touchdown multiple times.
Brighton Brady, a junior running back, is having himself a night. Isaac Wilson was the team's leading rusher coming into tonight, but Brady might catch him tonight.
Look,
with these runs.
Untouched. Just go. Bad angles, great blocking from the receivers, from the O-linemen, all the way across the board, man. This is teach tape.
Yeah.
This is teach tape. And as a dominant team, you have to show your strength the way they're doing it. They're showing their strength in the passing game and in the running game, in the screen game, all phases of the offense. So the defense is like, there's not one thing I can force them to do because they're good and excelling at all of it.
This offense has balance.
Yeah.
And I think initially the season started, you're like, okay, they got Isaac Wilson. They're going to throw the ball 50 times.
Right.
I've seen very good balance here. And Wilson has had plenty of big runs this year as well. They're not just out there throwing bombs. They are very balanced on offense. They run a lot of different types of stuff. Get a lot of different receivers involved. The running back is terrific. And that offensive line is just... And they're down a starter, Zion Fee now.
Yeah.
Had a season-ending injury against Bishop Gorman, who is one of their best linemen.
Right.
You look at their offensive line. Look, Ike Garcia. He's a 4-star lineman. He's the highest-rated player in the state of Utah, according to 24/7 Sports. He's going to the University of Utah. So let's mention him and the job he does on that line. They're loaded. They got talent.
It's a factory over there.
It's exactly what it is.
It is a factory over there.
1:11 to play, first half. White. That one was almost intercepted.
Pass intended for Coates. Incomplete.
Dustin Otuafi thought he had a pick. He was close.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
We got a roughing the passer call, so Farmington's going to get 15 yards here. There was a flag on the play. So positive movement for the Phoenix. Great crowd here, great support. Farmington's only been open for a short period of time, but this school has built a great thing. So, I mean, Dan Coates has done a phenomenal job building this program from scratch. His community has come out and supported it. The school's phenomenal.
He said it multiple times from last year to this year how great this community is in supporting him.
Catch is made at the 40.
Metcalf. Good hands there. Ball was a little bit behind, but it was in his catch rate as he made it happen.
41-yard line.
Great job there, reaching his hands out, catching that in traffic.
Metcalf's had a nice game on both sides of the ball tonight.
Yes, he has. He's giving it his all, that's for sure.
White, ooh, that was in traffic. Is that caught? It is. Wow, what a throw.
Triple coverage right there.
Wow. Let's take another look at this. Threading the needle.
Yeah, one thing, it was a very, very, very tight spiral right there, and that's what you're going to need when you're catching it in traffic like that. You got to put some mustard on that, and that's exactly what Easton White did. Great job.
Ball's in midfield. We'll try to get a touchdown before half. White is going to scramble and run out of bounds to stop the clock.
Well, penalty holding there.
Oh, boy. Not a lot of time left. We're down to 14 seconds left.
That's
something else is going on here.
That's an extra penalty on Corner Canyon right there. Unsportsmanlike conduct. So whatever Farmington did is wiped out.
Holding on Farmington.
Personal foul.
Personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on Corner Canyon.
So this is high school. They walk it back for the offensive penalty and walk it forward. Okay, that's what I missed last week.
Yes,
okay.
That's how they do it. That's different than in. They don't have an offsetting penalty in that case.
Okay.
And one was obviously a dead ball penalty.
But it's 1st and 5.
So they have to take the live penalty, the holding, mark it back, and then the dead ball penalty, they mark it forward.
Gotcha. And that makes sense.
So now it's 1st and 5. Now back to live action. 14 seconds left first half. 1st and 5 from the Corner Canyon 45. White trying to get some points on the board. Going to scramble to his left. Now he's just going to run. Burning clock. Gets inside the 40. Now they got 6 seconds left. And a flag is down. And it's holding. So this is a killer for Farmington. Yeah. They're trying to get some points on the board here, and this pretty much wipes out their opportunity, barring a miracle.
And Doug Flutie took it from here. Throw that UCCU Hail Mary. See what we can get down in the end zone over there.
Six seconds. This should be the last play of the first half, and as always, whenever I say that, it is not. So let's see what happens. 35-0, 6 seconds left first half.
Ow.
And we got a dead ball penalty.
We'll get an untimed down for
False start. Exactly.
False start on Farmington. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
So Farmington continues to move backwards. It doesn't really matter at this point. One play here. They're going to try to take a shot of some kind. Nothing to lose. 6 seconds left first half. White. Blitz comes, they're just going to do a screen, and he's going to go down quick.
Wow.
And that'll do it for the half. What a way to end it right there.
Great linebacker play right there.
Nice tackle. It's number 8, Rylan Quintana on my roster.
Read that the entire way. Great drop back. Way to shoot the gap right there. Offensive lineman, you got one job. You're just looking at that guy and block him, and he just didn't do it.
So all Corner Canyon Chargers here in the first half. Isaac Wilson did play, and he's been phenomenal. Just one interception, a couple of touchdown passes, 3 to be exact, and 2 Brighton Young touchdown runs. Brighton Brady, excuse me, not Brighton Young. Brighton Brady with a huge first half. Corner Canyon defense pitches a shutout, and it's 35-0 here at the half. It's time for us to give away some money, our favorite time and segment of Game Night Live. Let's go down to Mary Lou's Cook in the end zone.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Now, KSL Sports is streaming tonight's game on the KSL Sports app, the KSL Plus app, and KSLSports.com. As a part of the broadcast, Utah Community Credit Union is proud to present a scholarship to an amazing student from each school KSL is visiting this year. Now, our scholarship winner this week is Reagan Peterson of Corner Canyon High School. Reagan is service-oriented and believes this is one of the best ways to make a difference in the world. She's currently a part of the peer leadership team and loves serving the special needs students as a peer tutor. Now, Reagan always takes the initiative to plan and execute meaningful service projects and school activities that help serve her fellow Chargers and the Corner Canyon community. Now, of all of the ways that you are involved and giving back to our community, Reagan, what would you say is your favorite service project that you've been involved in?
I would say I love the ECC kids. They're the most fun, and I feel like that's a great way to make people happy and help the world.
Reagan, what I love that your mom shared with me was that when your school was talking about who to nominate for this, that your name kept coming up. I think that is just so special and such a testament to the service that you've provided to your community. So congratulations to you for this incredible scholarship. Congratulations to Reagan, and thanks to Utah Community Credit Union for their support of local high school athletes. UCCU, love where you bank.
Farmington High School cheerleaders.
Thank you, Mary Lou. It's always great to give away some scholarship money here on Game Night Live. 35-0. Corner Canyon leads Farmington. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with second half action from Farmington High School.
U Conference football registration is open for the 2023 fall tackle football season. This year, we are proud to announce the addition of a girls-only division to play alongside our boys. Team scheduling lines you up against comparable competition, making every snap a valuable life lesson. UC football is safe and fun. Learn the game with confidence. The competition will be fierce and the camaraderie will be second to none. Sign up today at ucfootball.org. That's ucfootball.org.
You know, it has to be a thrill for a high school football player to play in a college stadium. It's their dream, right? Well, for two 4A schools, it happened in week 3 of the high school football season. Stansbury and Ridgeline, both 4A title contenders, took to the turf of Maverick Stadium at Utah State University. This game lived up to the hype. Our Game Night Live game of the week. After a scoreless first quarter, Stansbury strikes first Coleman Dearden. Cannon Hadlock for a 10-yard touchdown. This game went back and forth from there. Down 7 just before the half, Ridgeline quarterback Nate Daly connects with another sophomore, Graham Livingston, for a 72-yard touchdown. The game was tied at 14 at the half. Stansbury running back Tyson Ferry, a great game. His second touchdown ties the game at 21. But Ridgeline running back J.T. White had a big game too. 3 touchdowns, including this 43-yard score with some help from his friends. A missed extra point, the difference in this one. Ridgeline wins 28-27.
What do you feel was working well for you tonight?
My line. Have to give a shout out to my line. I couldn't do without them. And I don't know, we're just a gritty group.
If you want to avoid your AC breaking down this summer, the best thing you can do is stay on top of your AC's annual maintenance. But if you do find yourself with an air conditioner blowing hot air, Any Hour Services technicians service all brands, and they can usually get to you pretty quick. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. Whether you need maintenance, repair, or replacement, the technicians at Any Hour Services can help you keep your home comfortable all summer long. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
All right, each week on Game Night Live, we like to celebrate the game of football by recognizing the best of the best.
All right, so let's do this with the Game Night 5.
We'll start with number 5, of course. Maple Mountain's Farron Hardy wins the tip drill, and he wins it big. Going to grab the tip ball and return it 45 yards for the touchdown, a touchdown they desperately needed.
Number 4, how about some more tip drills here? The pass deflected here. Into the air. Spanish Forks Bronson Kalauli dives in for the INT.
We're going to call this the Saliaponga sandwich. The 4-star tight end who every team in the country wants makes a remarkable catch for the touchdown in that wild overtime game between Orem and Spanish Fork.
How about that tip drill theme? Let's keep it going tonight. Here's another one. Carver Ballard grabs this one in stride for the touchdown for Skyview.
Number one also from that wild Spanish Fork Orem game, McKay Smith to the freshman wide receiver, Nixon Warren, who catches the ball against his face mask, keeps his feet in bounds to the game-winning score in double overtime. A walk-off win on the road for the Dons.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
We're going to start with a thriller in Orem. The Tigers taking on Spanish Fork for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah, Orem the favorite in this matchup, but Spanish Fork, coming off a loss to rival Maple Mountain, made the short drive north hungry for a win, and this one was awesome. Let's start with the first half highlights. Orem was driving, and wide receiver Asher Young throws the interception to Spanish Fork's Bronson Kalauli. And then in the next play, Orem's TJ Sau gets the safety. The Tigers down 14-11. Next drive, sophomore quarterback Cole Ingeman comes in and throws a 19-yard touchdown to Mac Hickson. That's 18-14 Orem. Spanish Fork driving. McKay Smith, their quarterback, finds Ryan Olson for the 33-yard touchdown. The Dons were up 20-18 at the half on the road.
The back-and-forth brawl continues in the second half. Cole Ingeman to Asher Young. What a grab. Orem back in front, 25-20. In the fourth quarter, though, Spanish Fork's Brock Jacobson finds the end zone for the second time in the night, makes it 28-25. All right, 1 minute left in the game. Orem's trying to get this win. Ingeman to 4-star recruit Roger Saliaponga for the touchdown and the lead, 31-28. Spanish Fork would actually get into field goal range, though, and as the clock hits zeros, Zachary Manning connects from 31 yards to tie it at 31. This game is now going to overtime.
First overtime, yes, there were multiple overtimes. Spanish Fork with the ball first. Smith to Tyson Mansfield for the 8-yard touchdown, 38-31 Spanish Fork. Now it's Orem's turn. The sophomore Ingeman finds Asher Young for the 20-yard touchdown. This game is bananas. We're tied again at 38.
Okay, so let's go to that second overtime. Orem on fourth down. Ingeman's pass on the way, but batted at the line of scrimmage by Britt Nielsen, setting up Spanish Fork with a chance to win this game. And McKay Smith, he calls game. 29-yard touchdown to Nixon Warren. What a catch in the end zone. And the visiting fans are celebrating on Orem's turf. Spanish Fork gets its first win of the season, 44-38.
I love my new Chevy Blazer. The first time I saw one driving down the road, I knew I had to have one. It fits my skis perfectly. It's cute and comfy. I got my Chevy Blazer at John Watson Chevrolet. My experience was amazing. The staff always treats you like family, and it was easy from start to finish. I would rate John Watson Chevrolet 5 stars. In fact, I would give them 10 stars.
John Watson Chevrolet, your 5-star Chevy dealer.
I would definitely recommend anyone looking for a new car to come to John Watson Chevrolet.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need for their own fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated, with locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Time on Game Night Live when we celebrate the week that was in high school football.
May we present the Game Night Live highlight reel.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
U Conference football registration is open for the 2023 fall tackle football season. This year, we are proud to announce the addition of a girls-only division to play alongside our boys. Team scheduling lines you up against comparable competition, making every snap a valuable life lesson. UC football is safe and fun. Learn the game with confidence. The competition will be fierce and the camaraderie will be second to none. Sign up today at ucfootball.org. That's ucfootball.org.
At UCCU, we understand
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit. Your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
It looks like that hurts. Welcome back to Farmington High School. Corner Canyon Farmington, a rematch of last year's 6A state semifinal. Much different result here tonight for the Corner Canyon Chargers. Have a 35-0 lead at halftime. We'll start the second half with a running clock until Farmington can get into the end zone. Jeremiah Jensen, Stevenson, Sylvester, Mariluz Cook with you for second half action. We're back here, Sly, for the second half. And let's start talking about Corner Canyon because we didn't know that we'd see Isaac Wilson tonight or not.
Right.
Well, not only have we seen him, but he's been phenomenal.
He's been great, and he hasn't had to run around much.
Yeah.
Right? You get, for me, it's that blocking. That offensive line is keeping things really tight, opening running lanes for Brighton Brady, allowing Isaac Wilson to sit back there and pick the defense apart. Looking extremely efficient. I don't think he should play in the second half. I didn't think he should play in the game at all.
Right.
But he's doing a terrific job tonight. But hats off to that offensive line for both pass protecting and run protection, or run blocking as well.
I think Isaac Wilson proved a lot tonight. I think he showed some toughness. If you're, I know, look, it's a minor procedure to get that fragment out of your knee,
yeah.
but you had a medical procedure on Monday. You didn't practice this week. You're back out here on Friday night, and with the exception of that interception that he threw, he has been phenomenal tonight. So we're seeing the best of Isaac Wilson. He's proving a lot, especially to his Utah coaches he'll be playing for next season, just how tough he is. Let's go down to Mariluz Cook with more on the Farmington Phoenix and their difficult schedule.
Jeremiah, yeah, you know, as much as I want to talk about the difficult schedule that they've had, I found out some pretty important information tonight that I think is even more riveting that we should be chatting about. Your birthday. A happy birthday, Jeremiah.
Fake news.
Oh, my goodness.
A huge happy birthday to you.
Okay,
my God.
I can't believe you were trying to keep this from us.
I celebrate today the fact that I'm half dead.
Hey, it's not every day we get our AARP card.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I appreciate you, JJ. This is an awesome day.
Yes.
I heard that the slide juice, the pickle juice, actually lubricates joints. So as we get older.
Oh, really? Good to know.
Yeah.
It'll help my arthritis. Thanks, Sly. Appreciate that.
No, man.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Thanks,
JJ.
guys. I appreciate it. It is my birthday today, and what better thing to do on your birthday than broadcast high school football games? I'm excited to be here. Thanks to all of you watching today, and thanks to the crew for the happy birthday wishes. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, you thought you could hide it? We got people who are researching out on the internet for information like this. Yeah.
Oh, they must have gone to Facebook or something. I thought I stopped using that anyway. No. Oh, yeah. Yep, it's my birthday.
We got kids almost in college now.
Oh, don't even remind me of that. Yeah. Getting old stinks, guys. It really does. But
you know what? I say that all the time. A lot of people is like, hey, Sly, how's it going? I'm like, I'm just getting old, man. Just getting old. That's my normal statement now, and I truly feel it. I never thought I'd be able to say that, but like, man, you do feel it every single year.
You do. Yeah, it's good to be young like these football players we're covering out here tonight. Second half action about underway here. 35-0. As I mentioned, Farmington will kick off, but there will be a running clock to start the second half. 35 or more point lead in the second half, and the clock will not stop.
That does make the game go by a little quicker, but if Farmington is able to score, it stops the game.
It absolutely does, and I think that's what they'll try to do, although they're going to have to get the ball back first. And Sly, I'm going to be curious to see if they trot Wilson out here second half.
I definitely should.
They're up 35-0.
He's looked impressive. You've had your backup quarterback practicing all week. Give him the shot, give him that second half, and make that happen.
They're going to try this onside kick. The hands team is ready.
Yep. And
they secure the ball. So Corner Canyon will get the ball at the Corner Canyon 49-yard line to start a drive. I like it. I like that Farmington was taking a chance. They're trying to make something happen. They have nothing to lose here.
Yeah.
But Corner Canyon does a good job securing the ball.
They were waiting on that. They knew that was coming. As soon as I would have seen them line up like that, I would have been like, hey, check out. But you make it a short drive then. And now Isaac Wilson is still out there.
He is. Isaac Wilson will continue at quarterback. He'll take this drive at least. Look, if he's this Isaac Wilson, he's a special player. Mm-hmm. If he's ready to go, he's ready to go. I guess why would you not let him go?
Yeah, he shouldn't have done that right there.
And again, the issue with his knees is not structural. There's no ligament damage. It was simply floating bone fragments that were causing irritation and soreness in his knee. Yeah. And they decided to do it now. And it's you know what? It's crazy that medical science in 2023, you can walk into an operating room, outpatient, get something taken out of your knee, and be back doing what you love.
That was not the case.
Less than 7 days later. This is phenomenal. I'm actually really blown away by this. The screen pass is taken 30 down to the 20-yard line. Another big play for the Corner Canyon Chargers. That was Montefager.
Man, look at this pass on the screen, though. You know, because you've had people, Dante Coates was there. He could have knocked it down, but sometimes you have to float the screen. Sometimes you have to dart it. Sometimes you Brett Favre it and underthrow it right there. But that was a precise pass based on what you were getting from the defense right there. That's a veteran quarterback move right there. It's a great throw on the screen pass. It's not as easy as you may expect.
Wilson taking a shot into the end zone off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Tate Care. He thought he had another touchdown. That would have been number 3 on the night.
He had him. Tate Care is really yelling at himself right there. He let that go right through his hands. He's like, that could have been my 3rd touchdown. Could have had a hat trick in this game.
They'll get another crack at it. 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line.
It's great communication across the board.
Wilson going to the end zone over the top. Could not come down with
Great
it.
Defense.
Nice defense. Great play made. Yeah, he should celebrate that. The pass was intended for number 32, Cash Dillon.
Austin Wilcox.
Austin Wilcox, a great play.
Yeah, great job of getting his hands in the breadbasket. If you're a defender and you don't want to turn around, you also don't want to create contact, right? So make sure you just put your hand in the breadbasket, and that way you can either knock the ball out, or what I used to do is I'd wait for him to catch it, and then I rip it right around from him before he came down with it.
3rd and 10 from the 20. Wilson going to the end zone.
Nice spiral.
And he missed him. A rare miss. Going for Care again. So now it's 4th down. Do they kick a field goal or just go for it?
Knowing Coach Care, he goes for it.
Yeah, they're gonna run a play here.
He's a very, very aggressive coach. And you can't fault him. He's been putting together.
Doesn't give him a 1st down, but that'll give him a boost.
Yeah, it gets a little closer. With the way this offensive line's been blocking, why not run it?
Well, now 4th and 5, why not?
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're opening up lanes to where these running backs aren't getting touched for at least 5-6 yards.
We don't have stats available for this game currently, but Brighton Brady's well over 100 yards at this point. Brady's not even in the game, and it still works. Touchdown, Corner Canyon. Yeah. The offensive coordinator, Stevenson Sylvester, does it again. Montefager with the touchdown run of 16 yards, and Corner Canyon pushes their lead to 41-0 with the PAT pending. Montefager with the touchdown.
Can we get a replay of the offensive line celebration right there? They are having a game. They know they are blocking extremely well, and they are cheering. They are having fun out there. When offensive linemen are doing things like that, you know they're doing a good job. And it doesn't matter who's in the backfield right there. They are clearing holes for them. As I said, Farmington isn't touching the running back for 5 or 6 yards. Why not run the football right there? Great call.
That's showing all that confidence in your offensive line right there. You've got your second string running back in the game. So what?
Yeah.
And look at the hole they opened up for him. Phenomenal.
Perfect. Great job coming off the edge right there. Just blocked up perfectly. Not touched. Not touched at all till the goal line. That is easy running right there. Look at this. Offensive lineman up and downfield, pushing them into the end zone. That's what you want from the Hogs right there. He's getting them up and forward. Now it's 42-0.
Corner Canyon in charge of this one. No doubt about it. 42-0. Look, there was no question, Sly, that Corner Canyon was a heavy favorite tonight. Farmington 0-3 on the season, although they got plenty of talent. Their schedule's been difficult, but Corner Canyon is just at a different level right now. But I thought Farmington would be able to give them a little bit more closer game. And we were at that point, Sly, where they were down in the red zone 21-0. Farmington gets a touchdown right there, 21-7. All of a sudden, different feel, different dynamic. But since that interception in the red zone, the momentum has really gone out of Farmington, and it's just been all Corner Canyon tonight.
Yeah, they don't have anything offensively or defensively here. A great kick, touchback there.
Kick is into the end zone for a touchback.
So Farmington's offense will get a chance here. Again, running, we're not quite at it's 8-13, change of possession. As soon as the referee blows the whistle, we'll continue to have a running clock. There it is. The running clock continues. Coming up on 8 minutes to play, third quarter.
It's hard to coach at this point right now because, one, there's a learning opportunity at every turn, right? But as competitors, you get down in places like this and you start thinking about the wrong things.
Yes.
So it's like, as a coach, what do I tell these guys to keep going, keep the emotions flowing, keep them playing, keep them aggressive? It's difficult when things just aren't working for you. So this is where coaching comes into play. It's very, very important for these guys to understand that this isn't their season. This is a bump in the road, but a learning experience. What can you learn from this situation? You know, and just like practice, you just keep this going. This is like a live scrimmage in training camp right now. It's not going your way, but there's valuable reps everywhere.
2nd and 5 from the 25. White is going to hand it off. That's Hoops on the carry. So for Farmington, you mentioned it, Sly. This can be a challenge when you're about to go 0-4. To keep the attitudes positive, this requires a lot of leadership on the field from your senior players.
Right. Easton White. Yeah.
Look, this Farmington team, no one's played a schedule like this. You open up with Pleasant Grove, who's been the biggest surprise in 6A. They are legit good. Bountiful's a rival. They're good. They're one of the top teams in 5A. You lose that game by 10. No one's, outside of Corner Canyon, who has a realistic shot at beating Skyridge. Let's be honest with that. Skyridge is a juggernaut. You're not going to go down there and win that game at this point. It's a tough schedule. Now you bring Corner Canyon into your place. I don't think a lot of people would have thought that they'd be even 2-2 after 4 games. So there's a lot of football to play for this team this year. Farmington's got some talent. If they can stay healthy through this tough schedule, they got a bye next week, and then you're hosting your rival Syracuse. If they pull off an upset over Syracuse, start region play with a win, they're off and running from there because they're not going to play anybody the rest of the season that's even close to as good as Skyridge and Corner Canyon and Syracuse and Pleasant Grove.
But it's good to get this experience because you know what to expect when you do hit playoff time and you get into those quarter and semifinals. I'm planning these number 1 and number 2 seeds of Skyridge and Corner Canyon and what it's going to take. Good film to watch on the guys that they have right now, how everything's going, plan of attack. You put a different plan of attack together. There's a lot of value right now in playing. The certain plays that you run. It doesn't have to be the exact plays next time, but similar.
We're looking at this offensive line right now, Sly. There's a lot of inexperience there. These guys need these reps against really good competition. This is going to make them better.
Right.
White takes a shot over the middle. It's caught. Coates is loose.
Get the ball away.
Dante Coates he got hurt earlier in the game, and he's injured again.
It's a shoulder right there.
And that's a shoulder injury, and I hate to see that. Earlier, I don't know what it was exactly, but now it's his shoulder. It's tough to see. Hopefully it's not serious. They're attending to him right now. Let's take another look at the play.
It's a great job, great catch, great missed tackle right there, putting the ball away. He landed on the shoulder.
Yeah, he just had all that weight. Two guys on his shoulder.
Two guys and his own body weight landed on that shoulder. Watch his left shoulder here. Yeah, that just popped out of place right there.
Dang it. Let's hope that's not a collarbone or something serious.
Yeah, I had an AC joint like that in Pittsburgh, man. That stuff is painful.
Anyone that's had those injuries will tell you. It's
still got a bump from that.
It's brutal. While they attend to Dante, let's take a break. You're watching Game Night Live.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy. At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back to Farmington. Dante's back up and off the field. Let's hope he's not seriously hurt. He gets back on the field as soon as possible. 5:22 to play third quarter. White, bad snap over his head. He's just going to land on it. That's a huge setback for Farmington. They were driving. 1st and 10 at the 45 after that nice play by Dante Coates. And now you got to start all over again here. This is going to be tough.
I always wonder what's going through quarterback's head when that happens. It's got to be
it's not good.
Straight panic.
It's not good at all. There's not a worse feeling as a quarterback. Maybe a pick six, but you just you're helpless to, and it can certainly get worse if you don't just jump on it.
Right.
So a nice play by White to at least jump on it and keep possession, but now they're looking at 2nd and 20 from the 35 against this defense. White's in trouble. Here comes the rush. He gets it away. Over the middle. Picked. Interception. And he's got room to run. Finally goes down to the 38-yard line. Keaton Adamson with the pick.
Pass intercepted by Keaton Adamson.
Tanner Adamson had one earlier. So that's 2 Adamson picks tonight.
Yeah, Corner Cane's got it rolling. They got it rolling, offense, defense. Anything Farmington throws at them, they are just countering. They get great pressure on the quarterback. Makes him overthrow the ball right there. Safety sitting right there. Anytime you throw over the middle, it's very dangerous. But especially when you got pressure in your face and you're throwing over the middle, the odds are not in your favor.
Isaac Wilson's night is done. We now see senior quarterback Ryland Dunn, number 15. He's going to hand it off. Another nice run by Fager. Montefager is trying to catch Brighton Brady for rushing yards in this game. He gets a lot of time here in the second half. He might come close.
Jeremiah, I know it's your birthday, but I think you can go run behind this offensive line.
Hey, look out. Here comes Uncle Rico from the press box. Put me in, Coach Carrick.
Hey, we're going, Corner Canyon, we're going back to state.
Yeah, no doubt. Dunn on the screen. It's
wow.
caught. He's
all
got
the way across.
A wall of blockers. That's Drew Watt caught with the catch. down to the 11-yard line. So Dunn hooks up with Watcott to move the chains. Clock will continue to run, running clock. We're down under 3.5 minutes. There's another look at the screenplay. Look at the wall of blockers.
Just knocking guys to the ground, pancakes all over the place. Offensive line coach needs to give everybody some syrup.
Pancakes for everybody. All right, Ryland Dunn, a quarterback. He's going to hand it off up the middle, number 20 with the carry, down to the 5-yard line. That's Crew Wignall with the carry. So now we're getting into the Corner Canyon depth chart here. Getting some younger players a run, or some seniors that don't get as much playing time. They're getting a chance to play right now. It's tough at Corner Canyon. There's just so many great players.
Right.
They've got their twos are really good. Their threes are good. Like we talked to Coach Carey. He said Ryland Dunn would start for most 6A teams in the state.
I mean, I was watching him at practice. I'm just like, this is your backup.
He's a big kid.
Oh yeah, 6'4", I think.
Yeah, he's 220 pounds. So he'll get a chance to put some tape together here in the second half. Dunn looking at the end zone, in and out of the hands of number 11. That's Blake Ames. They'll bring up 3rd and about 4.
Uh-oh, Fat Boy thought I see some tacos in the background over there.
Ooh.
All right.
So our focus has now gone away from football and the tacos.
I mean,
we've reached that point in the game.
I'm a big taco guy.
Sly's lost complete focus. Let's see what Dunn can do here. The handoff up the middle. Ames can't get anywhere. That
Great
Farmington
job.
defense with a nice response there, and he's bottled up at 5.
It's a great job with the initial penetration right there of affecting the handoff, essentially, not making things clean.
Yeah.
Getting your hands in there and everybody just coming to tackle. Great job.
You see the difference the snap makes. If you have a high snap, it just takes the timing off of everything. And
yes.
A split second makes the difference. All right, 4th and goal. Actually, it's 4th and 4 from the 5. So they can't pick up a first down here. Dunn looking to the end zone. Throws a shot in the end zone. Incomplete. No flag. And Corner Canyon will turn the ball over on downs. So 1:02 to play here. 3rd quarter. And Farmington gets the ball back. But they are deep in their own territory. Again, this is an opportunity for Farmington to work out some kinks and build some confidence moving forward. They're not going to play a team as good as Corner Canyon. Syracuse is going to be a big challenge. Don't get me wrong, 2 weeks from now. But this is a different challenge for them tonight.
Yeah, this running clock is definitely going to speed things up in this football game.
That's what it's intended to do. We're coming up on the end of the 3rd quarter here, about 43 seconds away. White throws over the middle. That's caught. That's a first down. Out to the 20-yard line. That'll move the chains, and that catch was made by Wilcox, number 12. Austin Wilcox.
This RPO game is worked for them tonight. Oh, the ball
actually, it was
out.
an incomplete pass. Sorry, it's dark here. And I thought he completed it, but that came out. So a credit to the Corner Canyon defense for knocking that loose. So back to the 5-yard line, 2nd and 10. This should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Quick handoff. He's got some room to run. Out of bounds. That was Hoops on the run.
Actually take us to the end of the quarter.
Yep, the clock just started, and that's it. That was the last play of the 3rd quarter. So we had 1 touchdown in that 3rd quarter, and it was Corner Canyons. Farmington still trying to get on the board. Let's go down to Mariluz Cook, who's on the sideline, the Corner Canyon sideline, with one of tonight's injured players that Corner Canyon's missing tonight.
Thank you, Jeremiah. We've got Bo Tate here, linebacker for Corner Canyon, injured. I know I tried to shake your hand earlier and wasn't able to do that. So now, with your injury right now, being here on the sideline, what are you doing to keep your mind sharp during this time?
Yeah, I'm here for my teammates. Most importantly, we've had a lot of guys step up, and when we needed them, and I've been helping coach. Sharp, obviously, I'm kind of limited.
Recovery is going well and that you'll be back next week. Now, when it comes to being a part of this team, I mean, we look at the scoreboard and it speaks for itself, right? Corner Canyon, such a stacked and talented roster that you have here. What is it like being a part of this team?
It's been awesome. It's a real brotherhood, and it starts from the coaches down, and Coach Kerr has been bringing us together, and we're really, really tight, and I feel that, that makes us play better. We trust each other, and, it shows up in games like this, so, yeah, absolutely.
Now, certainly this is a team that has state championship aspirations. You talk about the culture and how that starts from the coaches and just trickles down. Can you explain maybe the mentality just heading into this season now in week 4?
Absolutely. We're in it for it all. We're going hard at practice every day. That's the goal. The goal is always state championship, and I know that our guys can do it if we step up, if we push each other every day, and so, that's the goal.
All right, now BYU commit. What excites you most about being a Cougar?
I'm actually Baylor commit.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. No, it's all right. No, it's exciting. It's in Texas, so it's kind of cool that they're in the same conference now, and I'm just stoked. I'm excited, to be able to play football after high school. So. Yeah.
Fantastic. Congratulations to you. Baylor commit. Very excited for you, Bo, and wish you a good rest of your recovery as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Bo Tate, thank you so much. Gentlemen, back to you.
Mariluz, thank you. Wish we could have saw Bo Tate play tonight. He's had a phenomenal start to the season, but he'll be out 3 or 4 weeks with that thumb as it recovers. Bo Tate, another one of these great players that's in the state. His dad, Steve Tate, played at the University of Utah. Steve. And now he's playing here. It's making me feel old. I covered Steve in college, and now I'm calling football games where his son plays.
Making you feel old. I played with Steve Tate.
Right, I know,
I've
right?
seen Bo Tate as a kid.
Holy crap. We're all getting old.
Yeah.
But
I get my card next year.
Oh, you still got a ways to go. But it's just it's fun to see how talented some of these players in the state. It's also fun look, Utah and BYU can't take everybody in this state. I think they'd like to. But the truth is there's opportunities all over the country for players in this state because the football here is so good. And Bo Tate's a great example. Look, BYU and Utah, I'm sure if he wanted to, he probably could have ended up in those places. But Baylor comes at him hard. They want him. Baylor's one of the best programs in the Big 12. And, they were just they were in the running to win the Big 12 2 years ago. And he's going to go be a part of that program. He's going to play against Utah and BYU in the future. Being a part of that, the Big 12 is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be cool to see Bo Tate wearing that Baylor uniform.
Yeah, and it just helps us, when we're prospecting for the draft and we've seen more and more guys spread out around the country. It helps our locals in the NFL, bit. Yeah. Of course, if Bo Tate can go there and make a name for himself and be as productive as he has been here at Corner Canyon, he has a great career possibilities. He's great. It's a great university, and it's all you need is an opportunity, and I think Bo Tate will take full advantage of that when he goes to Waco. And now that Utah and BYU is a part of the Big 12, he'll have opportunities to come back here to Utah.
Absolutely. Multiple opportunities. So congrats to Bo Tate on his opportunity at Baylor. Right over the middle. Ooh, nearly intercepted. Number 45 with some great defense there. That was Mason Wood, linebacker. That's a sophomore getting some action here now on that defense. Almost pulled that in. Yeah, we got Zach Wilson on the house. So Zach Wilson came to watch little bro tonight. Gee, maybe that's why there was some extra motivation for Isaac to play tonight. It's not going to be very many opportunities left for Zach to come watch little bro play, but
great defense.
That is great defense, and that's got to hurt. Oof. And good to see Zach Wilson here in the building tonight. NFL season opens up a week from Sunday.
Great DB play of closing the gap right there. A tight throw. We're seeing that seam route being thrown a lot here in this fourth quarter. They're trying to take advantage of it, but good play from the linebacker at creating that space to make sure it's just high enough for the safeties to make a play. And then
he couldn't get out of here without signing a few autographs. And how cool is it that Zach is taking the time over there? That's awesome. White on the scramble. The completion is made to Coates. Dominic Coates with the catch. That'll move the chains.
You know, who knows, man? Zach Wilson, you know, we covered him last year. He had his ups and downs. He's played well. But this move by Aaron Rodgers coming to the team, I think it's actually going to be very beneficial.
You've already seen it.
Yeah, you've seen how good he's played here. He doesn't have the pressure anymore, the New York pressure.
Oh, yeah.
We talked to Geno Smith about that, right?
Yes.
But now it's on Aaron Rodgers, so he's able to play loose.
Tackle made at the 25, but Hoops gets a few yards there. That's number 45, Mason Wood again. Clock running. We're down under 7:30 left to play. Farmington trying to get that goose egg off the scoreboard. White's going to pull it and scramble left. Nice catch. Down to the 20. Not enough for the first down, but it'll create a short conversion opportunity on 3rd and about 2. Well, you see what Metcalf brings to this Farmington team. Metcalf, there's been a lot of Metcalfs over at Syracuse, and now he's bringing the show over to Farmington. And on both sides of the ball tonight, Metcalf's made some nice plays. As they move forward in the season, you're just going to see Metcalf making more and more plays for the for this Farmington offense and defense.
Yeah, he's definitely improving his profile here tonight.
Hoops on the run to the left. Runs out of bounds at the 10. That's a first down.
Hey, getting some valuable reps here. Taking advantage. That was great blocking, great execution there. Picking up that first down as they're moving closer and closer to the end zone.
Under 6 minutes to play. White takes the snap. He's going to go to the end zone. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Nice defensive play. So play on 1st and 10 is incomplete. Clock continues to run with the running clock. Down to 10 seconds on the play clock. 2nd and 10 from the 10. Can still get a first down at the 1-yard line according to the marker. White into the end zone, knocked down. He had a receiver open for a moment, but a nice defensive play.
Pass intended for Metcalf.
Almost squeezed that in there, didn't he? Steps up into the pocket on the run. Fortunate penalty right here. Holding going to bring him back. They get so close and then...
Yeah, they just keep having these little setbacks that are keeping them from getting into the end zone. Flags and turnovers here as they've gotten into the red zone tonight. And that Corner Canyon defense, they got a lot of speed. They've been tough, and now even the second unit that they have out there is getting the job done here.
Right.
It's a tribute to Corner Canyon's depth. And Coach Coates is going to call a timeout with 4:52 to play here in the game. We're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be right back with the rest of this one from Farmington High School. 42-0, Corner Canyon leads Farmington.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land.
At UCC.
Back to the action here, 42-0.
Good decision. It's just nothing. This Corner Canyon defense is all over the field. I know they even got their reserves in now, but you can see that the culture is just, it radiates through everybody. You know, they understand exactly what to do. They're covering things. You know, normally you get your second unit in, and they're susceptible to screens. They're susceptible to easy things like this. But Corner Canyon just has it coached up extremely well that even their depth understands what's going on here and what possibilities is at stake.
Blitz coming. White goes down. Ooh. That defense came in quick. He didn't have a lot of time. It looked like he was going to get it out of there, but he didn't. And big number 54 with the sack. That's Tony Hungatau. Hungatau is a junior defensive tackle. So expect to see more from him next season. Farmington's going to try to get on the board here with a field goal.
And came untouched.
It's from 36 yards out.
Oh, it was almost blocked. I think that was right. Oh.
It's good. Farmington is on the board. 36-yard field goal is good. Strike up the band.
I can never tell the kicking angle from up here. I always get it wrong. I always think it's wide left or wide right or just right and it's off. My angle up here to see those kicks is totally bad. So,
Drew Romney with the 36-yard field goal, and the Farmington Phoenix avoid the shutout tonight. With 3:17 left to play, the score's 42-3. Corner Canyon with the lead. That student section was waiting to roar all night, and they had their moment.
Yeah, some points. They was waiting for it.
Hey, it's tough when you're playing Corner Canyon. Not a lot of moments.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But all in all, this was a good game by Corner Canyon. You know, it was Farmington came out, gave him a really good shot, made the first couple touchdowns really tough to get, and then all the wheels kind of fell off for Farmington after that interception. And next thing you know, it's 35-0 at halftime. But we'll see if they try to attempt this onside kick again.
Kick is brought to the 20-yard line.
Tough sledding for Farmington here, but I think that bye week next week is going to be
oh yeah, they're going to need that.
Very beneficial for them.
They have played a brutal schedule. They're banged up. Got to get Dante Coates healthy as soon as possible for that region schedule. A few other guys banged up. Nice run there. And the second unit getting a nice experience. Drew Wignall.
Yeah. Look here, late handoff. Held it in there nicely, but it was blocked up beautifully. Got a nice 12-yard gain out of that. Coach Kerr is going to take up all the time he can on this running clock.
Yeah.
Just run it out here.
It's Ryland Dunn. Handoff. Drew Rockcott on the carry.
Pick up another first down on that. That's very... Very good running play right there for Corner Canyon. They're getting valuable reps, too, out of their second unit. This is valuable time for everybody, both Farmington and Corner Canyon, to take advantage of these reps. Live reps.
Yeah, this may seem like, I guess you call it garbage time, but this is important for Ryland Dunn. Other players like Drew Watcott getting valuable varsity moments here.
Yeah,
Dunn with the carry. He's going to get taken down before he gets any positive yardage. Woo.
I mean, for Ryland Dunn, he's a play away, right?
Yeah.
Right?
You're absolutely right. And when nobody wants to see anything happen to Isaac Wilson, phenomenal talent. You don't want to see any kid get hurt, but that's the reality of football, and they need somebody ready to go if he did. Done with the screen. The catch is made. It's Watcott again. He can't get free, and he's taken down to the ground. We're down under 40 seconds.
That should be the game. Yeah, that should be the game. I think they'll let this clock run out right here. Oh, they're going to do one more play. Too close to tell.
And he's just going to take the victory formation. Dunn takes a snap, takes a knee, and that'll do it. The Corner Canyon Chargers take care of business on the road tonight and defeat the Farmington Phoenix 42-3.
That's the ball game. Corner Canyon 42.
Corner Canyon is who we thought they were, Sly. There's no doubt about that. Talented team. Both sides of the ball. We saw Isaac Wilson tonight. I didn't think we would get a chance to do that. And Isaac was phenomenal. Got to play here in front of Zach before Zach's got to go back to work in the NFL. So I'm sure that was a nice moment for the two brothers. Zach doesn't get a chance to watch his brother often live, and so that was pretty cool. But story of this game was just the Corner Canyon Chargers.
All the way.
Offense and defense. Just overall, they're just a well-oiled machine, and they're another... they're right up there with Sky Ridge. You might throw out a couple other teams that have a chance to compete for that 6A state championship. But I saw a team that is definitely worthy of a run to a title.
Yeah, no question. I saw these guys on defense, offense. If you talk to a lot of coaches, a lot of guys that's played the game, if you can win the battle in the trenches, that'll tell the story about your team, the longevity of your team, going out, for the rest of the season. That's why it's so important. You hear Coach Witt talk about it all the time. We got to run the football. We got to be very effective at running the football, and we have to stop the run on the opposite side of the ball. And that's exactly what Corner Canyon did tonight. They ran the ball really effectively, and they didn't allow Farmington to have a running game.
Let's go down to the field. Mara Luz Cook standing by with Isaac Wilson.
All right, yeah, Isaac, I think one of the most impressive things about you is the surgery that you had earlier this week, and then here you are on the field putting together quite a performance. What does that say about you?
I mean, we got to support the team. I came out here to play for these boys, and I had a little salty feeling in my mouth from last year. Didn't play to the best of my abilities, but we got to come back and play pretty good time this time around.
Now, state championship aspirations are certainly something that I know is at the forefront of this team's mind. What does the start that you've not only had to the season, but the performance that this team put together tonight, what do you think that says about you being on your way there?
Oh, yeah, we got it all around, just crazy athletes everywhere. Everyone could ball. We had plenty of picks tonight. Defense played with me. offense. We got wide receivers, all running backs. How many rushing touchdowns do we have? O-line killed it, didn't have any pressure. I mean, I'd say we're at the top right now. I think we could always just grow from now on.
Now, I know that you got to have a ton of family here supporting you with it being a holiday weekend. What was that like?
It's great to see my friends. I mean, they're always out of town doing their thing, Zach doing his thing, but it was nice to see them all tonight.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
All right. Congratulations to you on a great game. Back to you guys.
Mariluz, thank you. Isaac Wilson was phenomenal tonight. Had that one pick. That's it. Other than that, I thought he played pretty clean. Take care, had a big night. The list goes on and on. He mentioned a lot of guys, and you can go through the whole list. Brighton Brady was awesome, but that offensive line was phenomenal. The defense didn't allow a touchdown tonight, and Corner Canyon looks like, I mean, Skyridge is going to have a lot to say about this, but those two teams could have another crash course in that state championship game, and it wouldn't surprise anybody. So Corner Canyon was really impressive tonight.
Yeah, man. You got the tops in 6A, right? You got Lone Peak, you got Skyridge, and you got Corner Canyon, rightfully so. Those guys, back-to-back years, are always in a fight for the championship. And it's looked like it's going to be the same type of year. Skyridge and Corner Canyon look primed and ready to make a deep playoff run. This game just proves it, right? You got a all-star quarterback. Utah's got a good quarterback coming to him. Isaac Wilson sitting up there comfortably in the pocket, has the ability to use his legs. But the balls that he delivers is prime quarterback footballs, elite quarterback footballs. And you can see why Utah likes him.
And look for Farmington later in the season to make a run. They got a bye week. They're going to play Syracuse, first game in region. If they get a win over Syracuse, they're going to gain a lot of confidence. They played a tough schedule. They played the best teams in the state. Look for Farmington to put it together and make a run later in the season. We're going to make a run to St. George next week. We're going down to St. George, Region 9 game. It's a rematch of the 4A state championship game, Desert Hills versus Crimson Cliffs. I cannot wait for this. We're going down to St. George Friday, 7 p.m. for Game Night Live. This is going to be a phenomenal matchup. Desert Hills and Crimson Cliffs. Crimson Cliffs now this year looks to be the favorite. They're off to a great start this year. A close loss to Bingham, the only blemish on their schedule. Desert Hills has also played a really tough schedule. Both teams prepping themselves for region play, and it all begins next week at Crimson Cliffs, our first ever visit to Crimson Cliffs High School. So until then, I'm Jeremiah Jensen for Stevenson Sylvester, Mariluz Cook, and our entire Game Night Live crew. Good night from Farmington.